Life couldn't be going better. Since moving away from the upper Mississippi River Valley a few months ago, things have been different. The stress of dealing with a larger corporation trying to push me around has been replaced with me owning a larger corporation that does the pushing around. The Quill and Company Paperworks, a company started by Jacob Quill himself in 1950. Quill's family had enough of running the old mill and decided to sell it. And that's where I came in. I bought the mill a few months ago, and even though it was a bit tough, I managed to...
Hard. Break's over. We need you in here. You've been out here 10 minutes now.
I'll be right in, Benny. Okay. So life hasn't been going as planned. I've been working at this going nowhere job for the last few months, and I'm sneaking out of here for the millionth time today just to get away from it. I mean, sometimes I dream of this scenario where I own this place and I'm the one in charge, but the truth is, my boss Benny's a real piece of work. He's unhappy with his life, so he makes sure that everybody here that works for him is unhappy with theirs. You know, he's one of the good guys in this world, a real team leader. And the idea of getting my own farm sort of went the other way. I mean, I guess having my grandpa...
Heard. Final warning. Get in here.
Well, I guess we'll get to that story in a little bit. Man, Fridays are the best days because the next day I do not have to come back here to work. I work very hard here for a jerk of a boss named Benny who is always trying to get more out of us, and we work pretty hard here, so... Anyway, I was trying to explain up there, so let me just say this sadness before we get too far. I came down here, and a couple weeks after I moved down here, my grandfather had passed away, and it's something that he knew about and was keeping it from everybody, and now it makes perfect sense as to why he wanted to sell the farm so badly. And yeah, so here I am alone in Riverbend Springs, Arkansas, which is a few hours south of the UMRV, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here because I've got a place, I've got a terrible job, I've got some money, but I know that I can't live off that money, so I really do have to have a job still. And I'll show you the place down here. We don't really have a farm. My grandfather had just bought this place to retire and kind of live out. And he did. But yes, this is our land over here on the right. All of this grass over here and that garage over there on the right as well. Nothing on the left is ours, but everything on the right is ours. And my grandfather's house is up here over this bridge. I'll take you guys on a tour here when we get back, but just wanted to get home and get a drink, to be honest with you. That's what I really want. But yes, we are over here, just up here on the left. Over there on the right is Willie's Restaurant. It's a boathouse. It's a pretty nice restaurant, so it's nice to be there right there for us. We can just walk over there, have a couple beers every now and then, but yeah, good to be home on a weekend. And I do have beers in the house, so I will be drinking them here, not over at Willie's tonight. Just do not have the energy to do anything tonight. Tough day at the office, but this weekend I'm going to have to get out and mow these fields. This field right here is ours too. It's small, but it will it'll give us a couple bales that we can take off of there. And as you see, you know, my grandfather hasn't really touched these fields, so they all need work. Anyway, let me go put everything down, and I will be right back. All right, so beer in hand, and that's exactly what I need after work, especially on a Friday. It has been a long week, but yeah. Oh, yeah, so that's Willie's right there. That is the bar-restaurant combo, and that just that road right there just goes down to the parking lot. But Willie's gets busy at night for sure, and I've been there a couple times. I've had a couple beers there. I've had a couple meals there. It's a nice area, and there's also another way in. So this is not the main entrance to get into the restaurant, which is nice because we don't really see a whole lot of traffic on this road. Now, this is just a little stream right here. And the river, the boat is on the river, obviously, down at the end of this road here. So there is a river down there. We've got a stream right there, so we are surrounded by water, which is nice. And this is the little entrance here to the garage. And this and the field over there on the right is what we have. But yeah, it's pretty good size. It really is. We can get a lot done here. And as you see, it hasn't been mowed in a very long time. So I'm not really sure what kind of hay we're going to be able to get off of this. It's probably just going to be used for bedding, unfortunately. But somebody will want it, I think. We just won't be able to sell it at top price because it's not great quality. I wouldn't assume. I don't know. But haven't looked into that yet, but I would not assume since it hasn't been mowed. This is just a garage. Just is a plain place for us to put our equipment, and I'm not really sure what kind of equipment we're going to have yet, but probably that's just for smaller stuff. And then the stream over here continues. So this is a nice place to drink a beer every now and then, just kind of chill out. Yeah. Peaceful around here, that's for sure. There's not a lot of people, but it's very peaceful. That's for sure. Except for at Quill Paper, because that where I work is not peaceful. It's a very hard job. But so is farming. The only difference is that farming, when I'm actually farming, it's working for myself. It's not working for the same rate every hour and trying to make somebody else richer. So, but also in farming, it's very easy to go broke. So there's a lot of trade-offs, but I definitely prefer farming, obviously, over the paper mill. So yeah, we'll just loop around the house here. I'll just show you around here. But this is the other field up here that we need to mow. Need to get that done. It just goes up to up there to the top of the hill, and that's just a road. So this isn't a very huge field, but it's going to really be beneficial for us, I think. This and the other one over there. So we can get some hay. That's the only thing I know how to do so far. I will definitely look into, obviously, farming more. I mean, I've been reading up, and it's August already, so we're going to have winter very soon. Very soon. And then next year, I think, is when we will be able to farm. There you see the stream. We're surrounded. My grandpa had a kayak. I haven't taken that out. I don't really assume I'm going to, but who knows? On a lazy day, if there is one around here, maybe I'll take that out. But either way, down there, if you see really hard, that is a abandoned barn. I don't go down there much, but there is something. I should look into that. Maybe we could put some bees or something down there, but I don't know. I really haven't figured out what I'm going to do. I do know one thing. I am going to get inside. I am out and drink this entire beer and probably get a couple more before I call it a night. But anyway, I will call it a day for this, and we will pick it up in the morning. So up here in my field, and this is the small field over by my house. This is the farm over here across the way. I don't know much about these guys. I know they have sunflowers, but other than that, I'm not really sure what else, who they are or anything like that. This road is kind of not a road that I frequent much unless I go up here, and I don't go up here all that often, but yeah, you see all the weeds and all the things like this that we need to clear out. So again, this is just going to be hay that we're going to be using for bedding. It's nothing that we're going to be able to feed animals or anything. But again, animals need bedding and farmers need that hay. So I can give it to them for a substantial discount and just kind of meet some people around here. I think that's probably what I'm going to use it for, just to start meeting a few people. Like I said, I've only been around here a couple months and I've worked at this job, but let me get inside and we'll head to the dealership. Okay, so today is a big day, and I've been waiting for this day for a couple weeks now, and it's a bittersweet day, that's for sure. We wouldn't have this money if my grandfather hadn't passed away, so that's the bitter part. The sweet part, and maybe the most assuring part, is I think I'm using this money in a way that he would want me to. He told me that, it was awesome that I had gotten a farm, that I was taking care of the farm up in the upper Mississippi River Valley, which is Kreger, Iowa. That's where our family farm used to be. And he was happy that I was taking care of that, and he wanted me to continue this way, and I want to continue this way. So I think the only way to do that is to get a good tractor. I'm going to buy a mower as well, and my idea with the tractor is that this farm store up here is incredible. Okay, it lets you lease things, lease equipment, things like that. So I can grab a couple contract jobs and make some side money by doing that. But I have to have a good tractor. I have to have a reliable tractor in order for that to happen. So I do want to get a good tractor. I'm going to spend some money on a tractor, but at the same time, I want to get a mower as well. That way we can kind of offset the price by, yes, I know, I'm not going to sell all this hay and then make enough money to pay for a tractor. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I am saying that this investment will make us money, and in the long term, I think it could make us some pretty good money if we end up getting some contract work or, building a big enough farm. So it's an investment I'm willing to do. Now, this is town right now, right here, and this is where the farm store is. Up here on the left, that cafe is incredible, the Central Cafe. Great donuts in there. They know how to make them. I will tell you that. I might actually stop there before we go back. Now we're just waiting for this guy, and the farm store is up here about 1 or 2 o'clock, I guess, from us right now. And we're just going to park over against the building. It's really confusing parking here. I parked in front of the garage one time, and they did not like that. I guess that's where they bring out the tractors and bring them into garage for servicing and if somebody wants to buy them. But here we are. And now let's get into the store and see what we can find. It's going to be expensive, but I'm ready for it. All right, so now here is what we ended up with. The Case 260, and they even had the license plate for me that says Herd's Case. That's just a nice touch. Let me say, that is a nice touch. But yeah, we got the Case. And I'm just looking for horsepower. They had a great deal on this tractor, so we spent a considerable amount of money, but at the same time, we got it for a pretty good deal. We also got this mower, this brush or bush hog, depending on who you are, where you're at. I've been told that I'm wrong on both pronunciations, to be honest with you. So we are getting both of those. They're going to deliver it because we drove this. So they're going to deliver it over to the farm, and I told them that I've got some running around to do. I've got to stop at the bank, which is right here, but I have to stop at the bank and clear up some other things. This purchase is fine. Do not worry. Everything cleared, but just have to sign a couple paperwork and stuff, and then I'm probably going to get over to this cafe. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, this cafe is right here. I feel like because it's right here, it's almost rude not to stop. Anyway, let me get into the bank and get all of this done. And then hopefully by the time we get done with all of this stuff, our tractor is delivered. That is a nice feeling. All right, well, that wasn't so bad. A lot of things completed, a lot of things done. Just heading out of the bakery. Oh, yeah. I told you I would stop. I did. I at least told you that I was going to stop. I'd be willing to bet that if you had those donuts, you'd stop too. And that's why I'm not worried about it too much. Either way, procrastination or not, I am full. And I sat down there in the cafe, and I took a little bit of time at the bank. So I'm telling you this because I think that our tractor should be on the property. And today we are going to mow up that field because I am going to need to bale all of that. I want to get at least a few bales this summer, and I've procrastinated that for sure. I mean, wasn't really sure with my grandfather's health and things, and then it just kind of happened quickly, and I had to, figure out a lot of things. So this summer has been pretty busy for me on a personal level, but back to farming and back to trying to make some money out of this and try to build this into a career because believe me, I do not want to work at Jacob Quill's mill factory any longer. No way. Gotta get out of that job. All right, so headed down the last portion of our road. This is basically our road. There's no one that comes down here other than farmers and people that know the back way to Willie's. I know the sign says that Willie's this way, but the people that live in this area know how to get to Willie's, and this is not the way they go. Yes, there is the tractor. I just seen it on the side as I was talking, but yes, the tractor is over there. So I'm going to get in the house and throw all of this paperwork down. That way I don't lose it. And then we will get out here because it's starting to get, it's about 2:30 now. Starting to get a little late. The bank took a really long time. We had to sign a lot of papers. And then I honestly did take my time at the cafe. So let me drop this in here. I'll come right back and we will mow up this grass. Alright, so the paperwork is all put away inside, and now I'm officially excited. This case is a nice tractor. When I was driving it around at the store, when I was sitting in it at the store, this case is a nice tractor, and it's a lot higher, too, than the old tractor. So it's going to be interesting to start trying to drive this thing. It's got a lot more horsepower behind it, 250, 280, something like that. I can get the specs. I completely forgot, to be honest, but 200 something, and I was like, you know what, 200 plus, and it's on sale. Let's just get this. Now I got the sunroof, I got the radio, I've got all of the information you could possibly need to the right side of me, and we're ready to go. We're not going to need too much information. All we're doing is mowing here today, and probably just going to be able to mow this field here. I've got a couple things that I have to get done later today, but if we can get this field done today and then the next field over by the house done tomorrow morning, I can still return this mower within 24 hours to get a better deal on the lease, and then or on the rental, should I say, and then we can rent a few other things that we need. The next thing we'll need obviously is a windrower, so we can row this into decent swaths so that we're not here all day trying to drive over here. But yeah, the mower's on. I think we're ready to go. Let me just make sure that everything is good. And yes, we are ready to go. We are going to go around this pasture, and let's just make sure that we don't hit that. Jeez. So we're going to go around this pasture and obviously just get it ready to be windrowed, hopefully tomorrow. And I'm not really sure, like I said, what I'm going to do with this field. I know that I can do hay, and that's kind of what I'm reverting to this year, only because I don't really have a lot of time to do much of anything else, and I can learn a little bit more in the winter about some animals. That way we can be responsible about this and actually, know what we're doing when the time comes and we have to actually get some stuff done. But anyway, I'm going to keep mowing this up, and I'm going to put this into a time lapse. I'll get the drone out, and I will see you in a little bit.
Oh, I've been long gone, wanna talk to you. I've been hustling for so long. Oh, and I've been thinking about the past, and it keeps me going on. Oh, and I can't stop, no, I don't stop. It's only I can see. Even if I end up all alone, I know my destiny. My mama told me we all bleed the same sun. Oh, prejudice and pride don't make you change. Just always remember where you come from. 'Cause I know you were born to break the chain. So I'm on my way. Yes, I'm leaving today. Are you riding with me? See, I'm living in that life. But I got a fire that burns so bright, from the back road to the street. I've been Yes, I'm leaving today. Are you right with me? Lord, living in the nightlife, but I got a fire that burns so bright from the back road to the street. See, I'm on my way. Yes, I'm leaving today. Are you right?
All right, so finishing up in the field, it took about 3 hours. We're getting close to 6:30, 7 o'clock right now, so took a few hours to get that done. Next time, we are going to get the smaller field done, which obviously will not take us that long, over by the house, and then we will try to get some of this windrowed up. And like I said, I don't know who we're going to sell all of this hay to. I'll put it out and add in the newspaper or something, put it online on social media and see if somebody bites, but somebody will get it. We just have to keep it cheap enough. And mostly, why are we doing this if we're going to sell the cheap hay? It's to help the field. We want to make sure that everything is good and we can cut this field up, because there is a lot of weeds, and if we can get all these weeds out of here, I think that's going to help substantially with our yield. But gonna bring this back here, gonna park it back here. I don't think that I can fit it in the garage, but I also don't think I'm gonna try. Not right now, not today. It's been a long day, but I think I'm gonna get in and watch some Razorback football and just call it a day. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kick my feet up finally. Worked all week and I am done. And yeah, I'm crying a little bit, but that's okay. That's what I'm going to do. That's where I'm going to leave it. And I will talk to you next time. Red Bull really does make the world go round. Believe me, at least it makes my world go round, because I can assure you that I wouldn't be standing up right now if not for it. And that's not really a paid endorsement as much as it is just an actual fact. As I am exhausted today. I did not sleep well, but it's okay. We've got a busy day regardless. I don't think really that really matters too much to my day. My day is going to come or go regardless. So let's just get in the tractor. I had this started up earlier, and I, like an idiot, turned it off. I was only in the house for about 5 minutes. I thought I would be in there a little longer, but then I started thinking about it. Let's just get going. Now I've got the mower here. I'm going to fold this up. We're going to take this over to the field over by the house. We are going to mow all of that up. And we've got a busy day today. I've got to talk to somebody about a baler. I actually just agreed to buy a baler on social media marketplace. So I have got to go over there and pick that up. It should already be paid for. It should already be in his account now. So everything is good there. I just got to go grab it. And actually, he's pretty local. He's right around the corner here. So I can go grab the baler later today. I've also got to get a windrower so that I can windrow all of this so that we're not in the field all day long wasting a ton of gas. But first, we've got to mow all of this. And this is going to, I hope, be pretty thick. I think it probably is. It's been a while since it's been touched, but I don't know. Any hay is better than no hay, especially when I'm kind of just inheriting it. So I am going to leave it at that. I'm not going to wish for any more or any less. I'm just happy for what we have. And yeah, I don't really know who we're going to sell this hay to either, because I have not really looked into the buyers. I remember the UMRV, we could easily just go down to the livestock barn. And, well, that was until AgMax came through and bought everything. But I'm not really sure about the livestock barn here, so I will have to make a trip down there at some point and ask them if they are interested. We'll also have to go the old school route and just put up a flyer in the farm store, the farmer's market, things like that. And just see if somebody bites. But I do know that I need somewhere to store all of this as well. So I'm kind of hoping that I can just find a buyer immediately. The main objective here is really just to clear off the fields, but if we can make a couple bucks off of it, why not, right? Either way, I'm going to put this down and we are going to finish this up. now with all of the mowing done, I'm very happy. I mean, I know that we're going to have to get a windrower out here and get these into nice swaths, but at the end of the day, I am very happy that we got all of that done. That's one less thing that we have to get done for the end of the day, and yeah, it's all about checking off that checklist, right? But either way, we are going to grab this and, or drive this, should I say, over to the garage. We'll park it up, and then we will continue on with our day. Like I said, we have got to talk to a guy to get the baler. We have got to get a windrower, and eventually, at some point, I think we're going to have to figure out how to market this hay, because we can do all of this. This is all nice and everything about making hay, but I don't have any animals to give it to, and I don't know anyone in town that needs it right now. I don't really know anybody in town, though, so to be fair, there's a lot to figure out, that's for sure. No shortage of things to do here on the farm. We are going to back all of this up. It's kind of a good security measure, too. No one's going to come out here, but even if they did, they'd have to get the mower out of the way if they wanted to seal the... Well, the emptiness is the only thing inside that garage, so... Hey, take it, I guess. But I am going to get inside the house. I'm going to grab the paperwork for the guy, and then we'll get over there and grab that baler. It's not exactly the order of operations here today, but it's something that I need to have done, and I don't want it to really interrupt it, because I think after I do the windrowing, I'm probably just going to want a beer, and I'm probably not going to want to go over to the guy's house. So let me get all of that together, and then we'll take a trip over there. All right, now in the tractor and going by the house right now. That's on the left, and Willie's is straight ahead. I said in the last one that I had a couple beers at Willie's, and that was not a lie. It's a great time over at Willie's, but we do not have the time for Willie's today, unfortunately. We have to go over and pick up a baler, which is where I'm headed right now. This guy is on the east side of town, and yes, I am also on the east side of town, but this guy is very, very far east of town, so I am going to be heading over there. I think we're going to have to head over I think he said he was just over the bridge, and then there is a right. So this is the bridge, obviously, and that might be him right down there, that house. Yeah, here's the turn right up here. So I'm really happy to get this baler. It's not the order of operations that I'd prefer today, but I know that he told me he was doing things later, and with the rain coming in 2 days, I don't want to get all of this out and then not have it baled up. So I would like to at least try to bale it up before it rains. Again, I'm not really going to have a lot of places to put it, but at the end of the day, it's hay, and we're going to try to keep it as dry as possible. Baling it up will make that a little bit more possible, but alright, here is his house. I guess I'm going to park over here because that baler right there was in the way, but that was the baler that we are going to buy, so let me go up and get out of here. Look at this view. This is a nice little place. Right on the river. That's nice. Okay, let me get up here and get him out here so that we can take this baler up. That is a nice baler. Man, oh man.
Hey there, you must be Herd.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Let me just get my shoes on real quick here. But yeah, I didn't have to list that thing for too long before I got some bites, and I don't know, truth is I haven't even used it all that much. Well, the only time I really used it was to drag it here. I got it at an auction because I knew it was a good price, but then I just listed it on social media, and here we are. Yeah, I'm happy to let it go because mostly I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, me either. But I think one of us is going to have to learn. Either way, I know it was a good investment, and an unlikely one, I'm sure, for you, but a good one.
Oh, I've bought anything from rowboats to bulldozers and pretty much anything in between, I think. I'm really not missing too much. I don't know. I'm just trying to make some money is all.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yes, sir. I'm always keeping my ear open. Sort of like a side business, you know? Anyway, you're pretty new to this area, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been here a few months. I work over at Quill, the paper company.
Oh, yeah, Quill. I worked there as a kid. Terrible place. I mean, no offense, but it was a terrible job.
Yeah, none taken. I absolutely agree with you. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to sell some hay over here, kind of supplement the hours that I need to work over there because you're right, it's not fun. Which reminds me, you know anybody that needs some hay?
Fresh out of people, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know much about farming, to be honest. Oh, I do remember, though, they're having jobs down at the farm store. You should check out that farm store. They got jobs for farmers, but not really sure of the details. I just know that farmers go there and post kind of help wanted ads.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. That's a good tip, actually.
I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, could maybe just be a summer job at least, but who knows? But yeah, thanks again for buying this thing. I really do want to get it off my yard and really happy I could move it, so I look forward to driving by your farm and seeing those bales out.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I look forward to getting them off and shipped out and getting paid for them, but
Yeah, I hear that. Well, thanks, Herd. Enjoy it.
all right. So we'll just back up to the baler now. We'll get that all hooked up, and then we will be out of here, and we'll just, I guess, put the baler over by the garage, not in the garage, because maybe in the garage, who knows, but I'm thinking that's where we may have to put the hay. Did not mean to rhyme there and realized I was going to mid-sentence. That was not good. But yeah, I mean, in all reality, we might have to put the hay in the garage, so I'm going to try to keep all of these things out. But let's hook this up and get on with it. All right, now everything is attached and we are headed back to the farm. Like I said, I'm just going to drive this, put this over in the little triangle area that we didn't mow over at the garage. That way we can get it out of the way. But again, I needed to get this morning because he was going out of town, so I needed to make sure that I was able to get this because in 2 days, like I say, it's going to rain and I want to at least have these things baled up, maybe even put into the garage. But I'm not really going to, I'm hoping for it, okay? Let's just say that. I'm not really going to downright say that that's what we're going to do, but I'm hoping that that is what we're able to do. Now, I don't know the time schedule. I know that meteorologists are usually wrong, and that's the bad news for me because it usually is wrong in the opposite way that we want it to go, right? Usually rains before, it doesn't hold off or something, so at least in my world. But anyway, we're going to drive up here and just drop this off, and then we are going to go get a windrower because we got to go downtown to get that. We're going to lease it, obviously. We don't have a ton of money. We do have some money, we can buy it, but how much we're going to use it, I'm not really sure I want to commit to a full purchase yet, so we are just going to lease that equipment for right now. But yeah, we're just going to put this over here in the triangle on the other side of this garage, and right here will do. Sure, we didn't mow this up, we didn't get all the grass we could have, but I mean, really, I mean, we're doing pretty good with what we got. Okay, let me back this up and I will pick this up in a minute. Alright, now headed down to town and we're gonna go to the store, we're gonna grab a windrower, and yeah, I'm gonna take the leasing option. That's the one that I can afford. The leasing option is the one that I will be able to manage financially because I can't really see right now buying a windrower when we're only going to use it a few times a year, and especially now because we're not going to be using it until March again, probably a little longer than that. But so we're going to take the leasing option that they have down at the store. I'm glad that they have it. That's not a thing that I see all over the place, especially with big farm equipment, but since we're able to lease this stuff, I'm going to take advantage of that. Now, I also have to go down here and talk to them about the help wanted ads. Now, that's very interesting to me, and I'm very interested in it. I want to take some of those ads and maybe get some money, and depending on how much money, I might be able to actually leave my job at Quill. Now, it's something that would really, really make me happy. Not because I hate the job, although I'm not really I'm in love with it. It's more just I could spend more time farming, and I could spend more time actually building this farm, especially now that I have a little bit of money. Obviously, I'd rather have my grandfather, but the money is going to help the farm, and it's going to help me, I think, turn this property into something. Anyways, we're going to turn this off. We're going to get in there, and I will grab a windrower. Alright, now headed back to the farm with the windrower we've got behind us. We're dragging it. We're just about here. And now the fun begins, because now we're going to be able to windrow all of this up so that we're able to bale it soon. And I've already got the baler here, so now we're able to just get everything done and not go too many places. And that's good, because we're actually racing against the clock. In 2 days there will be some rain, and I don't want these swaths to be out here. I'd rather just get all of the hay maybe into that garage. I mean, I don't know if I can fit any of the equipment that I have, so maybe that will just be hay. All of this to be decided here, but I think that's probably what I'm going to do, is throw all that hay into that barn. Now we got this down. Going to turn it on, obviously. Let's make sure we're in the grass, because I don't want to. There we go. Okay, now let's go take a trip around this field, and I'm really happy how big this field is. I think that we'll be able to get quite a few bales off of it, and that's really good for our bottom line. But I think that we can also expand our farm if we wanted. I haven't really thought about this much, but if we do have some animals, we could put them over here or put them over by the house. I mean, both fields are big enough to support it. This over here would be more supportive of cows, whereas the other side over by the house would be more supportive of sheep or something smaller like that, of course. But I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about what kind of animals I'm going to get. I'm probably going to wait until the spring anyway, so it will be a little bit of time here before animals get onto the farm. But that's okay, because we've got a lot to do. We've got a lot of building that we have got to do, and we've got a lot of field work that we've got to do. So let's do it. Rain was now unexpectedly in the forecast today. Every meteorologist in the county was acting like they'd been warning us for weeks, but this is the first that anyone was really reporting on it. The news had farmers scrambling to get certain things done before the rain, and I was unfortunately one of them. Having mowed both fields after years of neglect, I now sat with 2 fields full of cut grass just laying there. I mean, I doubted the hay that I would eventually get off this field would have been worth that much anyways. Turns out, weeds don't really add that much quality. Sarcasm aside, I was definitely not getting hay without the time to let it dry. I have no silos, I have no animals, I have no buildings, and I also have no real need for this grass at the moment. But it needed to go somewhere, and I was hoping today we'd be able to find a place. This is the most depressing spot in town, my ATM screen. I gotta be honest with you. I hate coming here, I really do. But we're gonna head over to the store as long as we're right here. I'm gonna check out a forage wagon, hopefully for today, so that we can get all of that grass off of the field. And I still have to figure out where we're gonna take all of this grass, so I'm hoping to figure all of that out. And I also remember that there's contracts in here for work, so I am going to check that out. It's going to be hopefully a productive visit here. I'll turn that off, and I will hop into the store, and I will pick it back up when we come out. Okay, so a pretty successful trip to the store. We've found out a lot of things, actually. First and foremost, we know where to get rid of the grass. We can actually sell that to the animal dealer in town, which is right around the corner here. So we're able to do something with the grass, which is really good. That problem is solved. We're able to also lease a forage wagon today, so we're able to get it off of our field before it rains. And the rain is really going to be the issue because we're going to have to hurry through this so that we can get it all off the field. I know that we're not going to get hay because it's going to have way too much moisture in it. We don't have enough time for it to sit. I did put it in swaths, but even with swaths, the air is not hitting it, even getting it off that ground. So we are just going to take our loss. And honestly, the grass hasn't been touched in a really long time, so weeds are in it, and it's really not great quality hay. We're going to sell it for bedding, but I guess at that point, when it gets down to that skill, or when it gets down to that quality level, I would say that it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to get it off the ground and get it off our fields and bring it down to the animal dealer so that we can at least make a little money. I mean, I don't think we're going to make a ton off grass, but they will pay us a little bit, and hey, maybe we'll make a connection in town. That's at least something if we can do that. Now this train, I always hit this when the train's going by. I don't know, but we also asked about contracts down there. That I know that when we went to pick up that baler, we were told that they might have some work down there at the store from other farmers. It turns out they do a variety of things, actually. So I'm going to look at that later today, probably when I get into the house, and I will figure out what we're going to do. But I do know they have some mowing jobs. I do know that they have some plowing jobs and a couple transport jobs, which I don't really have the equipment to do that, so that will be disqualified. But I do have the mowing job, and I could probably lease a plow. I don't know how much work they're going to need. So I'm going to call them and see if we can get some work that way as well. It'll just pick up a little extra money, and it'll make me stay away from that paper mill because I really don't want to go back to work there full time. It would be really nice if we could just do the farming. But either way, over here on the right, that is all of the grass that we have to pick up today. Well, that's half of the grass we have to pick up today because there is another field over here just on the other side of the house that we have got as well. And like I said, you know, we're not going to make a killing from the hay. So what we're going to have to do is just sell it for bedding. Like I said, hopefully we get a connection or two when we go down there and meet a couple people, and maybe it'll lead to more work. Or we just sell grass for nothing. Either way, let's get in the house, and I'll take a look at all that stuff and see where we are. Okay, so we are in the case and we are heading down to the store. The boys gave me a call, told me to hurry up and get down here. The serviced forage wagon is ready to be picked up. So, and in the spirit of today, I mean, it is going to be a race against the clock. As you know, we are expecting some rain showers here tonight. I think about 5 o'clock, so I shouldn't even say tonight. We don't really even have that much time. 5 o'clock is about the time that we are supposed to, and it's supposed to be a storm, so we definitely want to get all of this grass off. Now, I didn't cut the grass so that we could make profit. I really kind of cut the grass so that we could start over and know what our fields are doing and just kind of make it clean and tidy. But if we can make a little bit of money, which I'm told we can, we will drive it to the animal barn and we will sell it there. I don't care what they give me, honestly. I mean, I was going to do this anyway, so all of this is bonus. But as we turn the corner, here is the forage wagon, and it's a beauty. It looks like it's going to hold a lot of grass, which is really good because we need to make as few trips as possible, especially if we're trying to get this done as soon as possible. I'm going to back this up. I still have to go in and sign some paperwork, but let me just back all this up. That way, when I come out, we can just attach the PTO and we can be on our way. I mean, I've leased enough equipment from these guys already. I don't think they think I'm going to take it or anything, but turn this off and get in to the store. All right, just make sure that that PTO is on and it looks good. I think we should be all right. Now ready to take this forage wagon back to the property so we can pick up all of this grass because 5 o'clock's coming soon and it is gonna rain and we want to get all of this grass off. And I'm really happy that the animal dealer is actually going to end up paying us for this grass because it's probably going to even out with how much it is going to cost us for the day here to rent this forage wagon. But either way, didn't really see this as a money-making opportunity. I more just want to get the property looking a little bit better, and that goal will be accomplished by the end of today. We just have to get all of this grass out. I think I'm going to probably start on the big field just so that we can get most of that done first, and then we will get over to the field over by the house, which is a lot smaller, and if we can't get to that, it's a lot easier to take the loss on that. Then of course it is on the big field, because if we're going to get paid, we might as well get paid on the bigger one. So we are going to get that. Everything's down here and it's already in swaths, as you remember, and we will just be able to drive over it and pick it up. Now the drive to the animal dealer is essentially the same as the drive that we are making right now. It's in town, it's just around the corner around there. So yeah, this drive isn't long, but it can add up for sure, and I'm glad that we've got the size forage wagon that we have, because at least then we will be able to make less of these trips. But as you can see, we've got a lot of grass cut here, and we've got a lot of work to do. Let's just be honest. I mean, we're going to be picking up quite a bit of grass. Let me make sure that this is turned on. Alright, seems to be. Everything seems to be down. I've never used one of these things before, so they gave me an instruction at the store. I am trying to learn, but here we go. And I believe that everything is working fine. Just look back here. And yeah, you can see the grass is in there, so I am happy. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time for sure, but at the end of the day, at least I know it's working right. Now we are going to just continue to pick all of this up, and I will probably pick this back up when we're closer to completed, which will be I don't know, an hour, maybe 2 hours from now. Okay, so on our way back from the animal dealer, and this is going to be our last trip, I think. And yeah, it's been a couple hours. We have been driving all over this field. Happy to report that it looks like this now, and we've still got the field over by the house, but yeah, this is looking a lot better, and I'm really excited about all this. Now we got a baler over here, and I bought it, but we're not going to use it on this one because we are not going to be able to get everything down in time. The rain is going to take that from us, but we will have that for next summer so that we will be able to bale up all of the hay that we are hopefully going to be able to sell, or all the hay that we're going to be able to use. I'm not really sure. I really have been contemplating animals. I'm not really sure as to what animals I would get here. I have been recommended to get some sheep or some goats because of all the grass I have. That would be a good idea. I'm also looking into cows, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, because in McGregor I was going to do some cows with Justin, but at the end of the day it's not going to happen that way, and I'm not really sure what to do, because the winter when I was supposed to be studying about all of this stuff, it's really just, my life has been very hectic, from a new job to my grandfather passing away to a lot of other things going on in my life. So I'm not going to be able to study all that right now, so I'm not really sure if I want to jump all the way into that, because I'm not really sure that I'm going to be able to make money, and if I can't make money, I don't have a lot of money to lose. I don't know if we're going to do that, but sheep seem easy, but again, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here, because cows would be great. I would love to have cows in this pasture as well. I just wonder if we have either enough property for cows, or somewhere that we would be able to buy supplemental hay or something, because we don't have a lot of land right here, and I don't really see, I can't get 30 or 40 head on this field, because we just don't have the room between having to buy hay or whatever. I don't know if that would actually equal anything in our savings account. So a lot to think about, and a lot of time to think about it as winter is approaching here. Yes, I know it is August right now, but in farmland it comes very fast. September and October seem to fly by, and sooner or later we will be into winter, which is not good. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. I told you that I didn't want to go back to the mill to work, and I don't think I want to do that, but I might have to, because I don't foresee any jobs being available in the winter. So I might have to do that for this winter, and then hopefully I will have enough money saved where we can just go all out with the farming next summer. But that is a few things away. We have got today to drive all of this grass down to the animal dealer, and that's really what I'm focused on at the moment. And that's why I really don't have a definitive answer as far as animals are concerned, because I haven't had really too much time to think about it. But here's the animal dealer now, so we are going to hop in here. I am going to fill out some paperwork, and then we are going to drop some grass off for the last time. Then I'll get paid.